Stoicism is a philosophy that emphasizes virtue, wisdom, and self-control as the path to a good and fulfilling life. It teaches individuals to focus on what is within their control, accept what is not, and cultivate inner tranquility in the face of external circumstances. While the Stoic philosophy primarily addresses personal character and ethics, we can apply its principles to understand how people might use a nice individual and how the individual should respond in such situations. In the context of Stoicism, being too nice can be seen as a form of excessive people-pleasing or a lack of assertiveness. People who are overly accommodating may find themselves taken advantage of, as others may exploit their kindness for personal gain. Let's explore this dynamic within the framework of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism holds that the highest good is virtue, which encompasses wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. Virtue is the only true source of happiness, and external things like wealth, fame, or social approval are considered indifferent and not under our complete control. In the Stoic view, wisdom involves understanding what is truly valuable and acting in accordance with it. An individual who is too nice may lack wisdom, as they excessively prioritize the approval of others over their own well-being or moral principles. Stoicism encourages courage in facing difficult situations and standing up for what is right. Being too nice can sometimes indicate a lack of courage to assert oneself and set boundaries. Justice in Stoicism involves treating others fairly and respecting their rights, while being kind and considerate is virtuous. Allowing others to take advantage of one's kindness to an unjust extent may be seen as a failure to uphold justice. Self-control is a central tenet of Stoicism, as it helps individuals manage their desires and emotions. An individual who is too nice might struggle with self-control, as they find it challenging to say no or to prioritize their own well-being. From a Stoic perspective, when someone is excessively nice, they may be at risk of exploitation because they fail to uphold their own virtues and allow others to take advantage. People who are inclined to be too accommodating might find themselves in situations where their desire for social approval or fear of conflict leads them to compromise their principles and well-being. Here are some common scenarios where this might occur. An overly nice person may constantly say yes to requests for help or favors, even when it inconveniences them or goes against their best interests. They might struggle to assert themselves and set clear boundaries, allowing others to overstep those boundaries without consequence. A person who is too nice may avoid confrontations or difficult conversations, even when it's necessary to address injustices or unfair treatment. Seeking validation and approval from others can lead to compliance with their wishes, even if it means compromising one's values or principles. Stoicism provides practical guidance for individuals who find themselves in situations where they are excessively accommodating and at risk of being exploited. These strategies can help someone regain their self-control, courage, and sense of justice. Stoics encourage self-examination and reflection. An individual who recognizes that they are too nice can use this awareness as a starting point for personal growth. Stoicism teaches that true happiness comes from living a virtuous life. By understanding the Stoic virtues, a person can align their actions with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Stoics believe in setting rational boundaries based on reason and virtue. This means not always saying yes to others, but rather considering what is just and reasonable in each situation. One of the practical exercises in Stoicism involves practicing saying no to unnecessary desires or requests. This can help an overly accommodating person build the courage to assert themselves when necessary. Stoicism teaches individuals to accept discomfort and difficult emotions when they stand up for what is right or set boundaries. It's okay to experience discomfort when doing the virtuous thing. Stoics value friendships based on virtue, where both parties support each other in living a good and ethical life. Surrounding oneself with virtuous friends can provide encouragement and support in overcoming excessive niceness. It's important to understand that, while an individual can work on their own character and responses, they cannot control how others choose to behave. People who are too nice may attract various types of individuals who may consciously or unconsciously exploit their kindness. Here are some ways others might use a too nice person. Some individuals may intentionally manipulate someone who is excessively accommodating to achieve their own goals, whether those goals are financial, emotional, or social. People may become dependent on the overly nice person's help, which can create a one-sided and unhealthy relationship dynamic. The person who is too nice may find that others do not reciprocate their kindness or support when they need it. Constantly catering to others' needs can be emotionally draining, leaving the excessively accommodating person feeling depleted and overwhelmed. In some cases, people may take credit for the accomplishments or efforts of the overly nice individual, diminishing their sense of self-worth. When a person who follows Stoic principles finds themselves being exploited due to their excessive niceness, there are Stoic strategies they can employ. Stoicism teaches that we should focus on what is within our control and accept what is not. You cannot control how others behave, but you can control your own responses and actions. Even when facing exploitation, a Stoic should strive to maintain their virtue. This means standing up for what is right, setting boundaries, and refusing to compromise their principles. Stoicism emphasizes building emotional resilience when facing exploitation or manipulation. It's essential to develop the inner strength to endure discomfort and adversity. If someone is being treated unjustly, Stoicism encourages seeking justice through rational means, such as engaging in dialogue or addressing the issue with relevant authorities. Stoicism advocates for surrounding oneself with virtuous friends and associates. If someone consistently exploits your kindness, it may be necessary to reevaluate the nature of your relationship with them. Stoics believe that adversity is an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Exploitative situations can be seen as challenges that test and strengthen your character. In the realm of Stoicism, being too nice can be seen as a potential obstacle to living a virtuous life, because excessive niceness may lead to exploitation and a compromise of one's own virtues. However, Stoicism provides valuable tools and principles to help individuals address this issue. It encourages self-reflection, setting rational boundaries, practicing courage, and seeking virtuous friendships to navigate the challenges of excessive accommodation. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of maintaining one's virtue in the face of exploitation, recognizing the limits of one's control over others, and seeking justice when necessary. By applying these Stoic principles, an individual can work towards finding a balanced approach to kindness that aligns with their own values and principles, while also protecting themselves from exploitation. Ultimately, Stoicism offers a philosophical framework for cultivating inner strength, wisdom, and ethical living in a world where excessive niceness can be a vulnerability. This is a Stoic philosophy from a mind that motivates. Like, share and subscribe.